First things first, please YouTube, let me get what I want. Please, please, please. Alright, so as you guys have seen, there's been a lot happening in the league recently. Bronny hit his first NBA 3. Devin Booker is the all-time leading scorer for the Suns now. LeBron dropped a 33-point triple-double on the Knicks. The trade deadline had teams fans acting out. Jimmy finally got traded, and Dennis Schroeder is comparing the trade deadline to slavery. Guys, we are in the big 2025. I think there's other ways to get attention, like maybe him showing his natural hairline again, but I don't think calling the deadline slavery is the right direction. Let's start this conversation with Luka getting traded from the Mavericks. Now, honestly, who in their right mind? Yeah, never mind what I was about to say. The Mavs might be on one right now, and they definitely are. Who think he just took them to their first finals appearance in over a decade and gets traded for AD? The fans were in shambles. Before we go even further, AD is still a great defensive presence and a very valuable player, but let's be honest here, Luka is only 25 and getting better. Conditioning can't be a good enough excuse, especially at this age. Plus, there's players like Embiid, Zion, and Kawhi who can't even be on the court for half the season. And even Miami refused to give up Jimmy while he was selling. Through all that, all these players are still safe with a no-trade clause. There's only 2 NBA players with a no-trade clause. LeBron and somehow Bradley Beal. A top 10 player traded with no warning and now is being punished with Bronny James highlights until he's cleared. And you're telling the public you're trying to win now? Or in the next 3 to 4 years? I need somebody to say that sentence to me with a straight face so I can slap the piss out of them. A future of AD and Kyrie when AD to this day is never getting away from the made of glass statements and Kyrie has a hard time staying on the court now. Yeah, the sky is pink and white. It's like the Mavericks got tired of the Cowboys being the dumbest team in the city. Now they want to ruin their future. Remember guys, 29, 10, and 8 to fall short to the Celtics in the finals. Where in game 1 he went for 30 and led the team in every stat but assists and blocks. Watching his co-star Kyrie go 6 for 19 and 0 for 5 from 3. Game 2 drops a 32-point triple-double to watch Kyrie underperform again. Granted, Luka did have 8 turnovers. And it wasn't until games 3 and 4 where he got help, but by that point it was too late. And it's crazy that conditioning is the only problem they see with him right now because like Legend of Winning said, Luka could have been in the back smoking crack. And me personally, I would have never traded him off. Honestly, there's another issue I have with this trade though. The Lakers still needed a big, and well, they just tossed rookie Dalton Knecht and Cam Reddish for Mark Williams, who actually fits the roster pretty well. So I think they got all they needed. As of Wednesday, February 5th, Jimmy Butler is a Golden State Warrior. Wow, after weeks of back and forth with the Heat, them saying they wouldn't even trade him, Jimmy reportedly saying he wouldn't even sign with the Warriors. Jimmy gets traded to the Warriors and the Heat get Andrew Wiggins, PJ Tucker, Kyle Anderson, and a protected 2025 first round draft pick. Oh, and Dennis Schroeder got shipped to Utah. The news had got broke to Miami mid-game and Jimmy decided to celebrate with posting this song.
Ooh, welcome to the Wild Wild West where the dogs don't sleep and the sun don't set. Try to put a bounty on my head and a whole lot of people gonna wind up dead.
Alright, that's enough of that. I don't want to get touched by YouTube. I honestly think they should have let him go when he had asked initially to be traded since he was the player that led them to the finals twice, has some of the best Heat performances ever, gave us some funny moments like when he bent over after playing 47 out of 48 minutes against the Lakers in 2020 forcing a game 6. Guys, remember, he only had 7 players active going against LeBron who dropped 40 that game, AD, Kuzma when he could hoop, Danny Green, and KCP. Also, this is the same guy who helped the Heat go up 3-0 against the Celtics who had been to the finals the year prior and were favorites out of the East. Meanwhile, the Heat had been the 8th seed and came out of the play-in. All I'm saying is they definitely could have given him more respect personally. But Kevin Love's IG videos have been funny. Also, speaking on Kevin Love, it's ironic that the player he got traded for back in 2014 is the same player he's playing with now. That's a crazy turnaround. The Warriors, a big 3 of Draymond, Curry, and Jimmy would have been cool back in 2019, but right now I don't see much hype around this team up. I don't see this move helping them really compete in the playoffs as of right now. Maybe next year, but not right now. Speaking on the playoffs, Chris Middleton just got shipped to the worst team in the NBA for Kyle Kuzma. Let's have a moment of silence for him. Now, his stats were pretty on and off this season, but if you need 40, Mr. Fish got you. Plus, Kuzma's stats are only better because he's in Washington. But good for him because now he gets to be back on a competitive team. In the 6th, they traded away Bruce Brown and Kelly Olynyk with some picks to the Pelicans for Brandon Ingram. This might be my second favorite trade this week. They freed my boy from the Pelicans. Unfortunately though, BI is injured and has been for like half the season so far. We're in February and he's only played 18 games. But think about it, the dynamic of him, Scotty, and RJ does sound pretty cool, and I think this will help them out in the future depending on their health. Plus, they can make some offseason moves this year since BI and Quickly are the only players with huge contracts. Also, they're all relatively young, so that means they have time to build. But I do have a real question. Will they find their way to the playoffs this season? And we have the D Fox to the Spurs and the Zach LaVine to the Kings, which is kind of funny because Zach LaVine didn't even want to get traded and they shipped him off. To make it even crazier, the Warriors avoided getting him, saying they opted to focus on other trade pursuits, which was just Jimmy Butler. In my preference, I'd honestly take Zach LaVine right now over Jimmy Butler this season. And on the other side of this trade, De'Aaron was willing to leave Sacramento if it meant winning, and well, yeah, that's a lot better than the last game on the Kings. I like Fox's fit with the Spurs, though. It helps keep some pressure off of Wemby, and they also got to keep Stephon Castle and Devin Vassell, who's a solid scorer for them. Low-key, his stats have been dropping off, but I'm sure it's because of Harrison Barnes. It's not because he's starting to get bad. I truly believe they could win something out there in San Antonio soon, but on the other side of this trade, really just the Kings. I think they might not do so well since they got the least out of this, and the Magic kind of put BTA to them in the first game Zach played. I would say play the song, but I can't afford to see that copyright logo on the side of my video again. Guys, I would like to ask all you guys to sub due to me trying to reach 300 subscribers. I'm begging you at this point. I just want to thank you for watching me, and tell me in the comments what your favorite color is, and I'll catch you on the next one. See you soon.